then it'll be on all
Yeah.
day. Awesome.
Yeah. We're live.
We're live. Woo.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you are watching this Facebook Live. This is the voice and the face of Dr. Tolu Olabintan, CEO, founder of Living Spring Family Medical Center here in the amazing city of Mansfield, Texas. We're doing another Facebook Live today, all in the hopes of helping our clients and helping our viewers improve their quantity and quality of life because life lived long and well is the goal. And I'm excited today to have with us the amazing Dr. Heather Awad. Thank you so much for coming. I know it's early. Thank you for coming.
I'm so glad to be here.
Awesome. Awesome. So today our topic is, Doc, I want to lose weight without medications. Please help me, essentially. So we're gonna go right into it. Before I go ahead, for those of you who are watching live, hashtag live. Those who are watching replay, hashtag replay. Remember, caring is sharing. So please like and subscribe to our page and share this with those who will find it useful. This is why we do these things. All right. Now, Doc, please, I already mentioned your name, but introduce yourself to our viewers. Who are you and what do you do?
Sure. I am Heather Awad. I'm a family doctor also, like you. Yes, in Minnesota. And I work with busy professionals to help them achieve permanent weight loss. And this is online coaching work. And so that's what I do.
Awesome. I like what you do, Doc, and I love that you do it without medications. Is that your name?
Right. I do it without medications. People can come to me if they're on medications for help, but 99.9% of the people I work with are not on medications.
Man, score.
Yeah.
Wow, I love it. I love it. I love it. So why do you do what you do? This is a very specific niche because obviously medications are a big rave, TikTok, and blah, blah, blah. Why do you do what you do?
Well, I had, like many people and like many women, had started just gaining weight in my 40s after kids and kind of midlife and maybe a little bit before the perimenopause stuff started coming in. It's a big word in the morning. And then I actually was doing I had signed up for some life coaching just to change some things in my life. And I learned some things about my own mindset, about keeping commitments to myself. And then all of a sudden, I'd never been able to lose weight. And all of a sudden, weight loss got really easy. And I started doing some reading about insulin resistance and how we eat to make weight loss easy. And I thought, oh, I just want to share this with people.
I love it. I love that it was your personal journey and you were able to translate that to helping others. So
Yeah.
this is good. Now, let's get right to it. I know people are watching her like, yeah, I like that she's not using medicine, but I want to lose like 30 pounds in 1 week. Is it possible to lose weight quickly without medications? And do you advise that?
You can lose weight quickly without medications, but sometimes we have to just start on that journey and see how fast it goes. I am not against people using medications, but I think that everyone should start without medications just because you have to have the lifestyle and the habits anyway, because once you're off the medications, you have to be able to eat normally and in a way that maintains your weight loss. So yeah, people can lose weight fairly quickly without medications. Some people lose weight only slowly though, and you kind of have to just be able to wrap your mind around the journey, whatever it ends up being. Because even if you're watching it go off slowly and you know that you're changing your habits, changing your lifestyle and seeing, I can live with this. This is how I want to live the rest of my life. And if the weight loss is going slowly, but it's going to be your last journey, then it's a beautiful weight loss journey. That being said, I do have people that lose weight quickly. And even sometimes in my program, I'm like, okay, let's slow down a little bit.
Is there a disadvantage to losing weight quickly? Because I've had this discussion with patients, ideally 1 pound, maybe 1.5 pounds every week or so. And I'm like, no, we could do 5, 10 a week. Is there why do we hesitate with the speed of weight loss, would you say?
I don't like people to go too fast. You can have some gallbladder issues if you go too fast. But to me, fast is like 2 to 3 pounds a week. And so I think that's like great fast weight loss, but 1 to 1.5 pounds every week really is wonderful.
Steady, so steady. All
Steady
right.
is good. Steady is good. Yeah.
So, what's your general approach to a patient who's desiring weight loss without medications? They come to see you. What should they expect? Like, what's the general like beginning process for them?
We generally try to bring people's insulin level down because insulin is your fat storage hormone, and to work on kind of the general insulin resistance that we as a society have.
Mm,
So the thing that we do is look at things like how much flour and sugar are in your life, because these are highly refined foods that are in American culture everywhere, and looking where they are and how much you want to have them in your life. Um, and because those really bump up insulin. But that's a kind of a jumpstart thing that really helps people to look at that. But the most important thing actually is that we live in a culture where people eat all day long, and everything
mhm.
you go to has food at it. And this does not work for our biology. Human bodies are not meant to eat all day long. We have all of our hormones, as you know, pulse. We all wake up in the morning and we get a big pulse of cortisol, which helps us be awake and walk around. But we actually need our insulin and our all of our digestive hormones, and there are many, to pulse and to come back down again. And if we eat little bites all day long, it never comes down. And then, yes, so
Interesting.
insulin goes up, and so our weight goes up because insulin keeps telling our body, hang on, hold on, store more. So we need to have a pulse and a pause, and then a pulse and then a pause. So we need it to pulse when we eat, and we need to have some time in between. And that really is the magic, because it's very countercultural, but it really helps people.
Awesome. I like how you asked. We check to see how much flour and sugar is in your life. I would try to tweak that.
Yeah,
And insulin resistance management is one of the first steps to helping with weight loss. I do agree with you that eating all day, sometimes that's what people use to, and sometimes we've been guilty of it ourselves as physicians, where you eat to kind of keep you going. So here's a hiccup I'm going to bring up. Um, Someone comes to you and say, "Well, I need to eat because I have cravings all day. Like I feel like eating. Like what am I supposed to do? How do you address those cravings that rear their heads and say, "Hey, it's time to eat"? What would you
sure.
say to that, doc?
What I like to tell people is have a glass of water first, because most of us are busy, busy, busy in this modern life, and sometimes you're getting a craving and you're actually just thirsty. So have a glass of water and wait 20 minutes. And then if the craving is still there, think, is this like an empty stomach? Am I actually hungry? And if you're hungry, you should eat, right? But we have other cravings too, right? So when you have a craving, investigate it, be open, be curious. What is this? Is it because I'm in the break room and there are donuts there?
Yes.
And then for me, when I'm in the break room and there are donuts, then I'm like, okay, the whole thing. What is it? Am I thinking I'm having a bad day? I deserve a donut. And if that's it, then I think, oh, maybe can think some nice thoughts to myself about, having a better day. If I'm thinking it's the smell, because I'm kind of like smell food, eat food thing, or is it the sprinkles or whatever? Really look at it and just kind of invite that craving in and be like, okay, these donuts smell so good, but I'm on a weight loss journey. So I'm just going to stand here and be uncomfortable with the smell.
I love it.
It's okay to sit in discomfort, right? To be like, okay, this is really uncomfortable, but every time I'm in here, there's donuts and I want to lose weight. So I don't want to eat donuts every day. So
Mm.
I'm going to sit here and be really uncomfortable with this delicious smell. And then I'm going to leave the break room and it's going to be fine. And I have done this, and it turns out I didn't die. You know, I love that discomfort. The other thing is sometimes it's an emotion. Like I said, like I'm having a bad day or I'm bored. I'm home and I'm just bored and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll eat. Or I'll find myself in the pantry reaching for something and I'll be like, wait a second, what's going on? I'd be like, well, actually, I just had a fight with my teenager.
Mm.
And to kind of sit there and name the emotion, like, I'm angry. Maybe I'm angry with her. Maybe I'm angry with myself about how I reacted. Or maybe I'm just frustrated because there's a problem that keeps coming over and over. And so I sit there and I name that emotion. And sometimes I even think, where am I feeling that emotion? Because sometimes these are difficult emotions. Like I can be
Mhm.
like, oh, I feel tightness in my throat, or I feel all this tension in my shoulders. And I'll just sit there but naming that emotion and deciding to feel that emotion can really help, because then I think, okay, if I'm angry, sticking my hand in a box of cereal
No,
and
face
putting it in
up.
my mouth isn't gonna fix that. And sometimes I just need to feel that emotion and let it pass. Or if there's something I want to do, like maybe with my daughter, I want to go back and say, can I have a hug? Or maybe I just know that I need to leave her space. But you don't have to solve an emotion, but sometimes you just have to feel it.
You just have to feel it or sit in it for a little bit. I love that you said, we may be thirsty. Sometimes we don't listen to those cues. You actually may be thirsty as opposed to being hungry. And it's
Yeah.
okay to sit in the discomfort. I like how you mentioned that don't just, because I think a lot of times people push their cravings away, act like it's not there. And
Yeah.
then eventually it kind of piles up and then it's like irresistible. So address
Yeah.
the craving. I want to eat something. Why do I want to eat something? What other emotion is tied to me wanting to eat this? A lot of times when we use the word emotional eating, people get like, no, I'm not emotional. I'm not crying and eating. I'm not happy and eating. That's not it. But there are other emotions that are tied to eating that we must be very aware of and address. So
Yeah.
sit in it. How do I feel? What does this donut remind me of? I'll probably try to walk away. So that I'm like,
Right.
okay,
And walking
I'm
away
gonna
is fine. Yeah. Yeah. But you don't want to feel like you can't go in the break room because it's not
right,
safe, you
right,
know?
right, right, right.
And I would say, I love what you say too about resisting, because resisting is so much energy, right? We're like holding the door on the craving for the donut and holding it shut. And you get tired of that, right? And then a day
Mhm,
that you're tired, you're like, I don't have it in me to hold that door shut, you know? But if you just allow it, then it doesn't take that much energy. You're like, I'm
mm,
so tired and I'm smelling the donuts again. But I needed to come in here to say hello to my friend. And this is fine because again, I'm feeling
okay.
or I'm smelling that smell. There's a lot less energy there. Just allow it to come in,
Mhm.
invite it in,
Don't
make
fight
that,
it.
yeah. Don't fight it. There's no need to fight it.
It's too much energy. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because we
Um,
rely on willpower and energy, but then when you're tired, what are you supposed to do? Or after 6 months of fighting, then you're like, oh, forget it. So don't ever fight. Just
mm,
take it in and allow it, and then, you know, decide that you don't want to eat it.
mm, mm.
And
And I
if you,
like this.
yeah, go ahead.
I like your self-talk. I have to say, I like it. A lot of times, I don't think we don't realize how up empowering that is. Like you talk to yourself. All right, this doesn't align with my health goals. Let me see from there. Like your self-talk. Your self-pep. That's really really important. It's almost like self-coaching to
Yeah,
help you
learn
through
to be your own friend.
yeah through the
Yeah,
challenges. And it's amazing how simple these things sound and how almost frou-frou they sound, but they're actually very powerful. I'm hoping that people who are watching actually take time to sit in and practice it. Give it a try, a week or two,
yeah,
and see if it's worth it for you. The problem, like you've heard before, with doing simple things is that they're simple to do and simple not to do.
yeah,
But these simple things make for big changes down the line. So I'm hoping those who are watching are empowered or encouraged to take those little simple steps that seem silly but actually work.
yeah. Very powerful.
Now, you've already mentioned some of these already, but I want, for the sake of just documenting and numbering them, what are the four big tips to effectively losing weight in your opinion?
Okay. My opinion, the first one is be nice to yourself. Be nice to yourself every day, because you will mess it up. I mess it up. I have a podcast, and the people, I don't, no one will say anything, but then people will email me back on the ones where I say, oh, I ate, 5 brownies because I was upset. And then like, oh, thank you for writing, thank you for putting that in the podcast. Things will happen. You will stumble. You won't do it perfect every day.
Hmm.
3 months later, when you've been doing really well, you'll stumble again. So just keep being nice to yourself. Be your best friend and talk nice to yourself, because being like that mean voice, that judge that says, oh, you didn't do it right, is not proven to help you lose weight. So there's no need for it. Just
Fact.
keep talking nice to yourself.
I
Number
love.
two, space between your meals. So ideally, I would say 3 to 6 hours,
Hmm.
but I would say try to move toward that. Move toward eating 3 meals a day, not having a snack at the morning meeting, not eating in front of the television at night, having three meals during the day.
Hmm.
Start there and see if you can move to that as a lifestyle. A lot of people will just lose weight just from that.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that, don't have that little bite of tomatoes on the counter, even healthy stuff. Space. Have some space and time in between your meals. That really helps with your insulin resistance. Number three, set an intention to stop overeating. We actually, as a culture, kind of love overeating too. Like, oh, I stuffed myself. Everyone sits around and goes, oh, this is so good. Notice that that's actually a stomach ache. Notice that in the car ride home, you didn't feel well from your friend's
Hmm.
house.
Hmm.
So set an intention to not overeat. I used to overeat a lot. And now when I overeat, I'm like, oh, shoot, I thought I gave that up. I'm going to, tomorrow, tonight, the next meal, I'm not going to overeat.
Hmm.
So kind of set an intention to try not to overeat in general. And then number four is think about how you want to eat when you've already lost all the weight. No matter what your method is of weight loss, think about how you want to eat when you lose the weight and use that now in your weight loss journey.
Wow.
Because you got the people who eat like salad with plain chicken on it. And then they're like, but my mother-in-law makes Indian food at night after work. And of course, you're going to want to eat that, because if you work and someone's going to make food for you at the end of the day, you want
Right.
to eat that for dinner. So eat that during your weight loss journey, because
Hmm.
you're really going to make habits. If you want it to be permanent, make habits now that you can change. And that, so when you have lost all your weight, you're already there. You've already know
I
what
feel
to
like
do. You can just keep going.
I like it. You already established the habit, so don't sabotage yourself by doing other things, get to the goal, and then you can't maintain it after. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like it. Think about how you want to eat when you lose weight. That is powerful. That is powerful. Now, my next question is this. I'm sure people are wondering, well, there's got to be some exercise all in there too. So what would you say, what type of exercise is best for weight loss?
All right. No exercise is best for weight loss. Exercise is not very well proven for weight loss.
Hmm.
Now, the thing I will tell you though is that exercise is very well proven for maintaining weight loss.
Maintaining weight loss.
So, and of course, you and I are family doctors. We know that it's good for our heart and our lung, for our mental health. We have bodies that are made to move. So I would say, try to find something that seems fun to you. And if you're not sure what that is, try a walk if that's available to you. Or if you don't walk, try doing a chair exercise class. There's so much free stuff on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or think of something that you used to love when you were a kid. Did you love to dance? Did you love to do gymnastics? Is there an exercise that you can do now that makes you think of that? Or maybe you want to try something new. There's the people that are trying pickleball now, or are
Mm-hmm.
there adult dance classes? Think of something that sounds fun to you, because eventually, you'll need it for weight maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're out there like, oh, I'm hitting the bike, the exercise bike to burn calories, your body adjusts metabolism. It's not that helpful for weight loss. So I would say don't worry about that part. I think one of the things that people stress out about is that they're like, well, I have to do the food thing and I have to do the exercise thing or I'm not going to lose weight. And I would just say, think about changing the healthy habits for eating, and the exercise, find something that you think is fun and enjoyable, because it's going to be really good for you and it will help you maintain when you're at the end of your weight loss journey.
Awesome. So for maintenance, exercise for maintenance, and do what you could do for the rest of your life, and try to make it enjoyable. It makes it less tasking.
Yeah.
Make it enjoyable. Dance, with your friends, with family. Walk, call a friend while you do that so it doesn't feel so long. Uh,
Yes.
there's certain friends I call when I exercise because it makes the walk so short.
Yeah, it's so nice. Yeah, I do meetups with my friend who's retired
Okay.
in town for walks, and it's so nice. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. So, Doc, people are wondering, where can I find this doc? I would love to connect with her. I would love to reach out to her, have her come talk to my audience. I would like to follow her. I would like to connect with her, maybe one-on-one or in a group setting over Zoom, to help my weight loss journey. Doc, where can people find you?
Well, on my website is probably the best.
Mhm.
I'm at vibrant-md.com, and there are free resources there. You can sign up to work with me. You can sign up to have a call with me there. So vibrant-md.com. If you want to just follow my work, I'm on Instagram at Heather Awad MD. On Facebook, there is a Vibrant MD page. I have a podcast if you want to just hear me talk about weight loss every week, and that's the Vibrant MD podcast. Or if you look up my name, you can find it as well. But it's on all the platforms.
Awesome, awesome. So I'll make sure all the comments are on after this, but this has been very, very useful. I love the practicality of it. I'm hoping our viewers are empowered and encouraged to take this on, even as we roll out into 2023, believe it or not.
Right?
2023 is almost here. But thank you so much, Jock, for coming. This was very good. I appreciate you.
Thanks. Thanks for having me on. It's always nice to see you. If I lived in Texas, I would bring my family to for your care.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right. Thank you all for watching. Remember, caring is sharing. Be sure to tag your friends and share this with those who could find this useful. And if you or anyone you know is looking for a thorough, a passionate, and a caring family physician in the Mansfield, Texas area, I am she. Have a good one. Thank you, Doc.